What is up, everybody? Hunter with Lost Socket Garage. How is everyone doing today? I'm excited to be here. I took a week off from, not from work, because I can't do that. I took a week off from the live because getting some stuff done, didn't have a lot of time, so I'm excited to be back with you guys. This week we're going to be doing some Q&A. We're going to be Mustang shopping, of course. We're going to be talking about metal pricing and maybe talking a little bit about Ford's raising of their prices due to tariffs and all that shit. So if you enjoy the content from right now moving forward, please like, subscribe, drop a heart below. I think it helps the algorithm. I don't know, man. So let's get into it. If you haven't watched the show before, first off, Lost Socket Garage, basically what we do here is we take Mustang coupes and we cut them in half and then we turn them into MustangFastbacks. It's kind of crazy. But what that does is it gives me a unique insight into really the value of these cars. So I wanted to start a show where I talk automotive shit with you guys. And, you know, also I cover Mustang values. We look at some live listings and you know, kind of do some shopping. So if you have questions or anything like that, just type them below in the chat. Also, say what's up. Say hello. Okay, so first and foremost, we use Classic.com. We're not sponsored by Classic.com, but when it comes to pulling values on classic cars, it's a really, really solid resource. Basically what it does is it takes all the sales data, the you know, the cars that have sold, that are for sale, that haven't sold, etc. And it takes the data from all of these different auction websites like Bring a Trailer and Meekum and, you know, a bunch of other ones. And it puts all that data together so you can get a really good idea of exactly, you know, what these fucking things costs. So if we take a look, for example, at a 67 to 68 Mustang Fastback, because that's what everyone is after, you'll see that over like the last 5 years, gives you a nice little chart here. You can like hover over. Oh, that one's dope. You can hover over it and, you know, it'll show you the listing and stuff. Long story short, guys, out of 133 sales, out of 133 data points, in the last 5 years, the average fastback from 67 to 68 sells for about 72 grand. They're fluff and expensive, man, and that's honestly why I have a job. So, my thought here is that these cars are worth what someone will pay for them, but it never hurts to look at the data. So, next thing we do is we come in and we start shopping. We gonna shop today. Let's look at some live examples. Now, I'm going to use, first off, I'm going to use KSL, which covers like the Four Corners area, which is close to me. By the way, if you guys see anything on here that you're interested in, I do offer brokerage services. I'll actually go out and inspect the car for you and kind of give you the rundown, but only if it's, you know, fairly close to me. But so this is the KSL covers like Four Corners area. Then I'm going to be getting into an actual Facebook group like Fastbacks for sale. And then I'll be getting on actually Marketplace to take a look. So the first one, we're going to have some repeats. There just haven't been a lot of new ones listed on KSL. Even though I took a week off. So we've looked at this one before. It's built. It's pretty, but it's not worth it. 48 grand. I mean, guys, if we look at coupe values, I'm going to spoil the ending here, but, you know, I'll show you here. They're like 20 grand, 23 grand-ish for a 67 to 68 coupe. Let's take a look. Yeah, 23 grand. I mean, they're just, unless you find a coupe that's like a GT, that's going to bring a little bit more money or has like rare options or, you know, something like that. Coupes just are not worth that much money, and that's like restored running and driving. That discrepancy in price between the coupe and the fastback is really what makes the coupe to fastback conversion actually worth it. So, I mean, at the average sale price of a coupe, is 23 grand or whatever, and 48 even for a resto mod vehicle that honestly has a 30 or let's see, yeah, 302 heads, 289 engine. Not worth it in my opinion. Let's take a look at this one. This one is in Farmington, Utah. A red Mustang. Another weird red Mustang. I never see red Mustangs. That's sarcasm, by the way. 302 C4. Full restoration was just completed. 302 is rebuilt. Roller rockers. Nice. Whelen intake. Edelbrock 4-barrel. So it's got some stuff on it. But again, keeping in mind, so a kind of how the pecking order goes with Mustangs as far as like their value is concerned. The coupes, it will be 65, 66, they're worth, around 20. 67, 68, they're around, 23. That's, again, in this type of condition, running, driving, restored. Then you'll get into convertibles, which are worth around, depending on the options they came with. There can be some expensive convertibles, but on average, they're going for around 35 grand. And then 65, 66 fastbacks, those are around 50-ish, 55 on average. And then 67, 68 is the one that's around 72. 69 Mustangs, 60 or 70 Mustang fastbacks, they're a little bit cheaper. They're kind of closer to that 65, 66 range. So knowing this, I'm looking at this and saying, okay, well, the average price of a 66 coupe is like 20 grand. So I need to see a lot out of this one. Travis, what's up, man? Do you guys travel to Idaho to pick up Dynacorn parts? No, we're actually Dynacorn dealers. So if we do order from Dynacorn, we get it straight from Dynacorn, shipped here. Honestly, we've been using CJ Pony parts a whole hell of a lot. This is kind of a shameless plug, but the link is in the description for the actual Coupe to Fastback kit. If you click on it, it helps out the shop. But CJ Pony typically they have more in stock because they order more from Dynacorn. So a lot of times it's worthwhile to get it from CJ, especially like if you're on the West Coast because they're in Vegas. But if you guys have if you have like a big order you want to place with Dynacorn, I'm more than happy to facilitate that. And I do drive to Idaho to get cars and such sometimes. Okay. Looking at the 66 coupe, dude likes taking photos. Missing the chrome trim here. I don't know if maybe he was in the stage of putting them back together. No. I don't see anything special about this car. I mean, yeah, it's a built motor, but like 27 grand, pretty plain Jane. It's a pretty coupe. I just think we're heavy on the price. Like if this was coming in at like 2021, I would be a lot happier. But yeah, that's a little bit much. Let's take a look at 69 coupe pricing because I haven't looked at a 69 coupe pricing, even if I have it on the list. I do. Okay, cool. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, so 69 coupes. Oh, not a lot of them sold though. Jesus. Okay, so here's the thing. Travis, I'll get to your question in a second because that's a bomb-ass question. That's a really good fucking question. But when you're looking at values, keep in mind that some of these are going to be fucking ridiculously expensive, and that's going to throw off that average. So if you have 48 that have sold, that's like 48 data points that have sold, but like a couple of them sold for like 77 grand. This one sold for, it's a Cobra Jet car, looks like a pace car. A lot of these sold for a lot. That's going to bring up the average. So realistically for this car, we're probably looking in the 20 range. Travis, you asked, is CJ Classic exactly like Dynacorn? Now, we've partnered with CJ Pony Parts on some stuff, and like I said, I get the majority of my parts through them, even though I'm a Dynacorn dealer. So it just means I make less money, but whatever. So CJ Classic, basically what that brand is, most of the metal that is CJ Classic is going to be Dynacorn. But basically what CJ Classic brand is they take a lot of the higher end products from different brands and they essentially put their label on it. So a lot of the Dynacorn, or rather CJ Classic metal is going to be Dynacorn metal, but other odds and ends could be like premium Scott Drake shit, or I can't think of another brand right now. I don't think they do it with TMI, but to answer your question, majority of the metal is going to be Dynacorn, and that's the only way to go for metal with Mustangs. Their Camaro metal is dog shit, but for Mustangs, Dynacorn, definitely. CJ Classic is the same. 18.5, let's see, 302. Motor and trans are original. Auto trans. Disc brakes have been added. That's always nice. No AC. I got window rollers. Interior has been redone. This car is currently in Washington State. Ugh. I'm selling the car for my brother-in-law who currently lives in Idaho. Hey, here's one for you in Idaho. Oh, it's in Washington State. Never mind. Washington State cars, guys. We get West Coast cars, Northwest cars. Fuck, they're rusty normally. So maybe this hasn't been up there that long. If it runs, drives, it looks like it's in fairly good condition. I say this every week, but I fucking hate the 69 interiors. Whoa! That is intense. It's got Mario flashes. It's me, Mustang. That is way too intense for me. Okay. Solid price if everything's in line with this. Now, I'll show you, we'll get into some instances where you're going to see some rust, and I'll show you where that rust pops up on average. Something like this, you're probably not going to have, I mean, you definitely need to climb under the car and get better pictures. Yeah, no worries. No worries, Travis. Drop a heart. I think that helps the algorithm. What the fuck? Did I keep that open earlier? Okay. Let's see here. Moving on. 65 Mustang for 25. We're in the wheelhouse as long as it's dope. The license plate says it's going to be dope. Cruella. Ooh, yeah. Cruella is a 65 Ford. See, that's the thing with buying a car that already has a name. You can never change the name. Like, how are you going to buy this car and not call it Cruella? Let's see. 302. Popular 302s. 3-speed automatic. Factory AC. That's dope. Compressor is a slow leak. Meh. 20-inch wheels and... Jesus. That is... What fucking 20s? Why? For what? Should be enjoyed instead of collecting dust. Interior is perfect. 25K. So, taking a look at this. We better be immaculate at 25K. Those are big wheels. Oh my god. The license plate though. Oh, so dope. I mean, it's clean looking. Interior looks great so far. I mean, the back. Okay, so a lot of times what you're going to run into when you're shopping for coupes is you're going to run into rust right here, right along the wheel well. So any water that gets trapped inside of the trunk is going to chill out here unless it drains down into your drop down. So check here first and then check down into this dumbass cavity. Yeah, right down here. Thank you, sir, for having pictures of this. What a good man. I love that air cleaner. That's hot. AC. I don't love that it has an AC leak and he still wants 25 out of it. I also don't like the fact that he said it has 20s on it and the fronts are 18s. Interior looks fucking bomb. Got the white headliner, Cruella de Vil style. Because she had white hair. I think that's where they were going with that. Man, great car. Smidge heavy on the price, but honestly, like, if you like the setup, this would be great. I mean, the wheels and tires alone are, you know, $2,000, $1,500, something like that. Moving on. Let's see why this person thinks... Oh, I thought this was a coupe for a second. Oh, it's Fastback. All right. 65 Fastback. Let's look at our 65 Fastback pricing. About 52 grand. That's a lot of data points too. So you're going to look at that and you can say, okay, really these sell for right around 52 grand. That's a solid estimate. So 56. It's a fastback, so I'm more willing to pay a couple grand more for a fastback over market than I am a coupe, because a fastback is only going to go up. The intrinsic value of the car is only going to go up. This is a weird ass hood though. Let's look at the description. 2+2, 289 automatic. Ugh. Very clean inside and out. Paint is excellent. Few small blemishes. Interior is like new. Runs and drives. This is a Herman. This isn't far from me, so if you guys want to take a look, if you're far and you want me to take a look at this for you, I'm more than happy to. Most likely at this price point, this car is going to be really, really clean. I don't know what this hood is off of, though. I don't remember ever seeing... I love the valance, but I don't remember seeing this hood before. I don't love the squared in the back. Let me know what you think about this hood in the comment. I'm deeply torn on this hood right now. I love the hood pins, but if the scoop blended back into the car, kind of like a reverse cowl thing going on, yes, but it just it's kind of pig-nosed right now. Great color. Tinted windows. Interior looks great. Love the color combo. New gauges. Check this out. I love this carbon fiber inlay with the white behind it. This is clean as shit. Oh, it's got other carbon fiber bits. My dude. He's getting me. He's winning me over. Carbon fiber. Oh man, that is cool. Cool. Don't like it. I know that this is really the only way that you can... It's not the only way. This looks cheap. Couple of subs in the back. Nah. Like, you can do this better. Mustangs to Fear actually has a lot of different kits for speakers in the back that build it into the panels. Don't love that it has a 289, but honestly, we're looking very, very solid. A common rust point in the engine bay is obviously going to be the battery tray. We can't see that here. As long as there's no rust on this car, I would be inclined to buy it, as long as you love everything about it. I wouldn't want to have to buy this car and then do anything to it. It would be overpriced. As it sits, though, it's dope. It's dope, dog. This one, I think he actually might have dropped the price a little bit on this, but this car is very, very pretty. Built to the nines. Just a great build, but it's still a coupe. You know what I mean? So you just don't have intrinsic value in this car. Completely restored, interesting interior. We're just heavy on the price still. And it needs a new dash. Looks like it needs a new dash pad. This warping of the dash pad, it's very, very common. I haven't seen this before either. I don't know if this is like light bouncing off the panels, but it looks to have some interior problems. That sub setup isn't bad. I think it's kind of cool. Woolwoods. Some blemishes. Just not 34 grand worth. Again, that's something that like you buy the coupe for like 20 grand and then you put all this money into it and then you try to recoup, but we're over at that point. 95 grand for a Mach 1. The fuck? Alrighty. Cobra Jet Drag Pack. Numbers matching. That's why right there, kids. 428 Super Cobra Jet. That is the same motor they put in the Mustang Twister, which, yes, I will be doing a history episode on the Mustang Twister. Actually a really cool car. Pretty dope story behind it. And I'll be doing a video on it fairly soon when I have time. So eventually. It's probably best driving classic car you'll ever get behind. Steering's tight, steering's straight, car moves. Oh, I was like, hopefully the car moves, but this car moves. I forgot the exclamation point. Sorry, punctuation's important. It also sounds as good as it looks. Text me for videos. Build sheet guy with signatures. I mean, this is a rare ass car. Super Cobra Jet. 95 grand. Yeah, probably worth it. This show typically is normally not for people that have 95 grand to throw in a Mustang. The show's The show's geared a little bit more towards these guys, you know. I love the wheels. I love the color too. This is bomb. Okay, so 22 grand. Coupe, not the price range we're looking for if you want to do a coupe to fastback conversion. This is not the price range we're talking about. This is a price range we're talking about for a finished coupe that you're going to hop in, turn the key, and drive it. So you know. 65, let's see, 62, built in 64, sold in September. 6-cylinder, sorry, lost all value with me right there. I have the original paperwork, rims, hubcaps, car show, entry for the last 3 years. 6-cylinder, 81,000 original miles. That's great. There's no really way to prove that, but I mean, a 6-cylinder, guys, it's just not worth it. It doesn't matter how pretty it is. Because when you look at a coupe with a 6-cylinder car, you basically have to look at that coupe as just a roller. Unless you want to build a 6-cylinder. For some reason. It's pretty though. I mean, great condition. You can tell it's been taken care of. 81,000 original. That's awesome, but this is the fucking problem. Right here. It's in a straight line. We don't like it. Not even really a collector's car. I'm excited to look at this one, though. I feel like I've shown this one before. I have... Is this Coyote swapped? No, it is not. Okay. I want to look at it first. Tell me why this 65 coupe is worth $30,000. Maximum aereo. Love the paint job. Abso-fuck-toodly love the paint job. Look at this attention to detail, kids. These are the things that make cars fucking awesome. Color matched right between the lines. I love that. That's a cool touch. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. Do more of it. Fuck, this thing is sick looking. Alf, what's up, man? How we doing, baby? Haven't seen you for a couple weeks. I didn't do this show last week, so you know. Alf's the man. Guys, if you have not checked out Alf's Mustang Garage... that's an awesome channel. He does amazing walkthroughs. Does a lot more in-depth walkthroughs as far as like builds and swaps than I do. So definitely check his channel out. This thing is badass looking. I don't know what these seats are out of though. This looks weird. Is it just an upholstery kit? I guess I could read the description, but you know, I like to read. Clean fucking car. All right, tell me why this is worth 30 grand. Completely restored new motor, 320 horse, 302, rebuilt trans, rear end and front end is complete. And front end is complete, runs and drives. Again, punctuation's important. Great aluminum radiator, Type R, front valance, hood scoop, dual Flowmaster exhaust. Seats are all reupholstered to match the outside. The car has complete bed liner under the inside, so it won't rust. I love the build. I think we're heavy on the price, though. Honestly, like, again, this is another case of someone buying... I mean, it could be. I don't know this dude's story, right? But this could be another case of someone buying a coupe, putting time and money into it, and just trying to get their investment back out of it, but they bought it too high to begin with. Beautiful build. 30 grand, I'm feeling heavy. Oh yeah, Alf moved into a new shop. How's releasing content for you right now? But that's fun. I'm not looking at Tokyo Drift again. I can't do it. Okay, so we're done with KSL, kids. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to go here. Cool. So if you are enjoying the show, the content, we have a lot of walkthroughs, a lot of guides, a lot of how-tos, a lot of bullshit videos. Like, subscribe, turn on alerts. I do this show almost every week on Thursday, same time. So the support for the show, dropping hearts, likes, super chats, all that cool stuff, really does help out the shop. If you want to support the shop even further, we have a Patreon. We also have a YouTube community that's pretty dope. Or you could just go to LostSocketGarage.com and buy a hoodie. We have cool hoodies and hats. Keychains coming soon. That's my promo, kids. Look, It says right here that after I do KSL, I have to say subscribe and support, because otherwise I'll just talk the entire damn time. All right, so what we're on here is Classic Fastback Mustangs for sale. This is a Facebook group that is fairly popular. You're going to find, like, if you start typing in, like, Fastback Mustangs, you're going to find, like, Fastback Classic Mustangs for sale and MustangFastbacks for sale. And there's, like, a bunch of them. This is one of the most popular ones. So I used to go on this a lot just to, you know, look at cars, look at pricing, etc. And people just lighten each other up in the comment section. So that's kind of part of the reason that I really wanted to put this show together, is be like, hey, you know that rotted out piece of shit looking Fastback that should be a planter? Yeah, it's actually worth, you know, 10, 15 grand, right? This, however, is not a rotted out planter. This is a 65 numbers matching K-code Hypo 289. 4-speed top loader. 95 grand. Yep. These numbers matching K-code. That's a great fucking price. Let's take a look, shall we? Let's look at something that Hunter cannot afford. Should we? Travis, we should get a Utah Mustang group together. Dude, I bet there are. Here's the thing, is sometimes I'm not good at multitasking, and like being on social media and partaking in group chats and communities and like commenting and looking for groups and stuff, sometimes I forget. So there very well may be a Utah Classic Mustang group out there, but I don't know of it. But when you find it, let me know. And if there's not one, there's got to be one. But if there's not one, there's got to be one. But if there's not one, but if there is one and you want to start a new one, let me know. Because Alpha and I are thinking about doing something maybe this summer. Maybe doing a little car show or something. It's my cough nudge. Yeah. I mean, this better be fucking immaculate for 95 grand, even though it's rare as shit, but it definitely looks immaculate. Brand new wiring harness in it, as you can see. Hypo 289, that thing fucking rips. Yeah, you done pretty right there. You know it's good when they start taking pictures of the numbers on like the transmission and the block and shit. That's hot. 95 grand? Yep. And if you really want to, I would be willing to drive out to pass it. No, never mind. That's Maryland. I thought that was California. I'm not driving to Maryland. Sorry. But let me know how it goes if you do. This is a tribute. Shelby tribute for 74. So again, we're in that price range. 72 is the average price. This has Shelby bits on it. New 347. This is a C-code Fastback. Accurate clone. T5 5-speed. 9-inch diff. 5-year-old paint. New motor. Bucket seats. Clean title. Disc brakes. If this needs any work whatsoever, do not buy it. Oh, it's got the Shelby wheels. I don't know. It doesn't look like it needs any work, so someone should buy it. I mean, it's a Shelby clone, which doesn't really, like, guys, you can make a 67 a Shelby clone, at least on the outside, with like a Shelby metal tail panel, Shelby deck lid, quarter panel extensions. I mean, you're like 1,500 to $2,000 into that, and then, you know, side scoops. I mean, you can get a Shelby style dash and stuff. You can make clones for fairly cheap. It's definitely harder to make a 67 or a 68 Shelby clone than it is 65, or 66. But like, I mean, we're probably on price target with something like this. It looks really, really well done. Look for rust right here. Anywhere water can get, it will rust. But I'm not thinking that this car is going to have much rust. I love this. Frame rail looks great. Okay, so we're always wanting to look under the car because these frame rails will get jacked up very, very easily. It's a good buy. I mean, if you don't want to have one built, you know, that's a solid one. Oh, here we go. 70 Mach 1, 16.5. Guys, the biggest difference between buying a coupe to do a coupe to fastback conversion and buying an actual fastback is the metal work. So when metal work needs to be done on a fastback, it's always going to be a higher labor hour item. Okay, because for example, if this quarter panel's rusted out, it could have gotten into the inner structure, which means I have to repair the inner structure, which means it might have gotten down in the rocker. I mean, there's, you know, it goes 3 layers deep. But if you're buying a coupe to chop it in half to turn it into a fastback, which we're very well equipped to do, so reach out at LostSocketGarage@gmail.com if you have any questions on how to do that. But when you're doing that, you're going to be replacing a lot of that metal anyway. So the labor is a little bit more relaxed. So 16.5 for this Mach 1. I mean, this is something that I don't think it's worth necessarily buying and having a shop do it, but this would be a good one for you to do at home. Oh my God. I have never seen a more consistent surface rust pattern in my life. It looks like this was fucking painted in surface rust. How in the country fried fuck do you get that nice crispy burned look over the entire engine bay? Wow, that's fucking impressive. Like, I get patches, you know, or like big patches in like different color, but this is like uniformed surface rust. I'm not mad. I'm fucking impressed. Let me catch up on comments while y'all just take a look at that for a second. Happy National Mustang Day. That's right, Ulrich. It is National Mustang Day. And just in time for that, Ford is raising the prices on all of their new cars starting in June. I won't have my Classic ready by then, but I could bring my 2016 GT350. Yeah, I guess you could. You know, if you want to, Travis, I guess you could bring a GT350. Come on, man. Of course you could. If it go, then bring it. Are there conversions for a 69 Cannibal? Great question. Yes, you can convert a 69 or a 70 coupe to a fastback. What I call the value proposition, meaning where it makes more sense to cut it in half and turn it into a fastback versus actually just buying the fastback version. The 69 has a much slimmer margin, and I'll be talking about this here in just a few minutes. But pricing right now, guys, it's going fucking nuts. 69 has been affected. The kits for the 69 have been affected thoroughly. 67 and 68 has gone up a smidge. 65 and 66 kits have gone up as well. Yeah, I'll get into that in a second. Yes, get a Utah Mustang group. I'll transplant from Washington. Yeah, dude. Jazz down here. Talking about clones, have you built an Eleanor clone car? How much would the conversion cost? Amir. Good question, man. We close to our inception, we did an Eleanor. And that was back in the Stone Age of Lost Socket Garage. We have done it. We don't do them anymore just because fiberglass is out of control. It's really difficult to get the fiberglass kits. Also, we have a very, very small shop, and it's just me and Derry here, and so we're trying to kind of stick to primarily metalwork. However, I have been talking with Mustangs to Fear about their Eleanor kit, possibly doing like a demo run of their Eleanor kit or whatnot. It's you got to really love the car because the body work that is necessary to get these Eleanor kits to fit correctly is fucking insane. Fiberglass it's just hard to get right, and Eleanor's. I mean, I add 10 grand to your paint job basically if you want to do an Eleanor kit. That's, I would say, the rule of thumb. That's in labor. So that's why when even converted coupes that are like Eleanor builds, Eleanor clones, they're still going for $90,000 and $100,000 because it takes so much to build them. Is it worth it? My personal opinion, not a fucking bit. But again, if it's what you love, do it. Oh my God. Well, you lost me here, kids. It's front passenger side frame rail, and it's fucking gone. No bueno. Sorry, dude. 16.5. Guys, when we start getting into like doing full frame rails, that is a shit ton of labor, and keeping the body straight, keeping everything in the right position, even on a jig, fuck, it's really, really hard. Okay, let's do one more. 66, 289, $64,000. This is in Phoenix. I love desert cars. Ooh, that's clean looking. Love the wheels. Wow. It's completely redone. 64 grand. Oh, it's a GT. Okay, yeah. GT, worth it. Does it have the right rear? I don't have any pictures of the rear end. Make sure it has a GT valance on it. That's important. 64, yeah, why not? Yeah, again, with 65, 66 fastbacks, man, I really got to like what they're set up with before I'm buying them. So, reaching a break of the show for just a second. Like, subscribe, share the show. I'd love to get this show even further out here. Been doing it, a few months now. I just enjoy showing these cars to you guys and discussing values, answering questions, etc. So keep the questions coming. The support of the show really helps. LostSocketGarage.com. We have dope hoodies and hats and more stuff to come. Also, if you guys need Classic Mustang parts, the link in the description it's in the chat and the description of the video will take you to CJ Pony Parts. It's where we get everything. And they do have a Fastback kit. I was going to show you guys a Fastback kit. I don't have a link to it right now, so I can't. Sorry. But click on the link if you guys need your Fastback kit. Get it from CJ Pony Parts. If you use the link, it helps out the show, and it's dope. Now, let's talk about... Let's talk about pricing here, kids. Tariffs. I'm not gonna get fucking political on this show, okay? But I will tell you that metal pricing is going to change dramatically, okay? Metal pricing is already like, so since we're set up with CJ, I have a guy there, and I call him and I say, hey, this is what I need. And he says, hey, we're kind of running around with like chickens with our heads cut off, trying to figure out pricing and stuff like that, trying to figure out where they're getting their kits from, if it's going to be like CJ Classic stuff, if it's Dynacorn. So they are scrambling, trying to keep inventory, because guys like me are looking at all of these parts that are coming from China and coming from Taiwan and stuff like that. All of the metal we use coming in from the country is now going to have tariffs on it, which means... Dude, kits are right now, like I was alluding to a little bit earlier, 67 and 68 kits haven't really changed in price too much. But 69 for a kit has basically jumped by 20 or 30%. 65, 66, they only sell the pre-welded side assemblies for that, so it's already a little bit more expensive to convert that car. And now pricing has already gone up at least a few $100 just in a couple of weeks. So guys out there looking to order their kits, do it now. Use the link in the description. That'll help me out. If you want to place an order with Dynacorn, hit me up and I can try to wangle something out, do like a bulk order or whatnot. But inventory, like I can't even get 68 quarter panels right now that don't have the marker in them. So I have to buy 68 quarters with the side marker indentation because with the indent because they don't have any in stock, and there is no ETA. They're like maybe end of summer. So whatever side of politics you're on, I don't give a shit. Either way, metal pricing is going up, which means in turn my pricing is going to have to end up going up. Your pricing is going to go up. So get your metal now before it gets insane. I pray and hope this shit all fucking goes away and I can keep all my pricing the same. But right now, so for example, if you reach out and say, hey, I want to, convert my 67, my pricing changes like week to week. So just keep this in mind, guys. And along with that, so sheet metal has been greatly affected by it, right? Ordering times have been affected by it because people are buying up. That means there's no stock. Shit's not getting shipped out. Another thing is Ford is now actually going to be raising the pricing on their new cars. Apparently this isn't going to affect any of the inventory that they have. Not that I give a shit. But they're raising all the prices on their Ford products unless the tariffs go away in June or so. So anything they have in inventory isn't going to be affected. But yes, it's manufactured in the United States, but the parts are coming from outside of the United States. So new car pricing is probably, unless this shit goes away, which I'm hoping it will, new car pricing is going to skyrocket, even on homemade cars. So if you're going to buy a new car, fucking buy it now. Okay, let's look at some cars. Onward to Marketplace. Alf, if you want to, have you done a Eleanor kit, Alf? I don't remember if you've done an Eleanor. Weigh in on if you have. Weigh in on how many hours you spent on the kit. I have a guy at a shop next door building an Eleanor for us right now. He's doing the kit, and he's a ton of hours there. Okay, so this one has a lot of upside. I'm going to cover the upside with you right now. It has a motor and trans in it. Now, okay, if you're looking to convert a coupe into a fastback, you are looking for a donor coupe. The price range for a clean title coupe that you're looking at is going to range from, I want to spend around $3,000 to $8,000 on a roller coupe. Okay, awesome. Anything that comes with it above and beyond is a bonus at that price range. So if you're close to fucking Walla Walla, Washington, which is also perk number 2 of this car, because you get to say you bought a car from Walla Walla, Washington, this is going to be a solid deal for you, especially if you want to convert it into a fastback, because I want to throw out pricing right now, but like, so for example, Mustang Project has a 289 automatic trans, lots of metalwork completed, it has new carpet, new Foose wheels, a lot of parts and pieces. So this kind of looks like a Lego car, right? Has some interior. But if you buy this car for $8,000 in Walla Walla, Washington, then you bring it to me. I'm going to charge you around 15 to 16 grand to convert this into a fastback. That means that you have a running, driving fastback for, I hate math, 24, 25 grand. Now, granted, yes, you're still going to need the fold-down seat. Yes, you're going to still need interior panels. Back here, you're going to need glass, door and rear glass. But still, unpainted, you have a running, driving coupe to fastback converted car for under 30 grand. That's what we call the value proposition, kids. So let's take a look. Comes with a bunch of trims that you wouldn't use. Dash looks decent. I would want to see the floor on this car, but at 8 grand, again, this is a fucking killer deal. It looks like metalwork has already been done in the engine bay, and that's going to be an important one, because if there's rust on a car, it needs to be, if there's rust on one of these Mustangs, it needs to be in the right places. So you don't want to have to start replacing engine panels and stuff. It's not terribly hard, but again, if it's going to be rusted, you want it to be in the back on a quarter panel. It's a power steering car. That's a solid one. I like it. Walla Walla, Washington. Walla Walla, Washington. Walla Walla, Washington. Is paying for original... Let's see. Is paying for original tooling parts worth it? Cannibal, can you kind of clarify what you're saying there? I'm not quite sure what you're asking. Dynacorn, the original tooling parts. Do you mean the original panels? Or... Oh, tell me what you mean there. Also, guys, drop a like, drop a heart, do the thing. Help the algorithm out, kids. We're going to look at another one that is right in our price range for a roller. Again, 5 grand. This is something as long as it has a clean title. Let's see, 64.5 for 5 grand. Car has been taken apart, prepped for paint, tons of parts. Comes with a 289. Okay, so again, this is a Lego car for 5 grand, clean title. It looks really rust-free. It looks like this looks like guide coat. So if you guys don't know what guide coat is, when you start doing body work, you'll lay like a high build primer over it, or you'll do your body work, and then you put essentially it's kind of like a chalk all over it, and then when you sand, you'll be able to see the high and low spots based off of your guide coat. Good condition. Comes with a 289. I think that's a solid... This is in Twin Falls, so it's a really, really good deal. Again, so that's a 65. I don't really know what a 65 kit is going to cost right now. A couple weeks ago, it would be about 17 grand to convert this car, metal and labor. I'll update you when I know. 68 coupe that is a sitter, not a roller, a sitter. It's a forklift car. Okay, folks, this is a very unique vehicle. It's been rescued from an abandoned storage unit somewhere in the process of restoration. It was not far into the process. Previous owner has gone to a lot of trouble cataloging, wrapping, and boxing every part. Every box you see has a list of parts. Okay. Well, that's dope. Ford Motor Oh. Okay, Lego car, 8 grand. Oh, shit. Okay, upgrades. Fucking 6... What the shit, dude? Okay, so you get some bonus stuff here. I guarantee... Yeah, this guy has no idea what is in this fucking car. Or what comes with the car. That actually... Guys, so this is in Springville. I fucking hate getting cars like this because of the no suspension thing. It's a giant pain in the ass. But, like, this would probably be a really good deal. Even if you wanted to convert it to a fastback, because my sneaking suspicion is that this actually comes with a lot more than... Because, I mean, if you have brand new rotors right there, like, I bet this comes with some bonus parts. Oh, I get 8 grand. It'd be worth to go look in a box for it, you know. Let's see. Okay, is paying for original tooling parts worth it? Like a hood versus the original tooling versus a hood from aftermarket. Oh, okay. So Kind of basically what you're asking is it worth it to buy repop shit or is it worth it to actually go after the stock parts? It's a really, really good question. And it varies depending on what you're looking for. Okay. Boltables, stuff that bolts on, usually you want to stay as stock as possible. Paneling, get new panels. So like a quarter panel, get a repop quarter panel. Or a quarter panel skin. That's the easiest way to do that. Doors, repop doors are notoriously shitty. They're always either like, so your door, let's say that, you know, your door kind of bends like this. They're always either like splayed out a little bit too much or they're too far in. Repop doors are dog shit, so always go with stock doors if you can. Go with stock fenders if you can. When it comes to scoops and I mean, glass isn't bad, but still, stock stuff, anything that really bolts on or glues in, you probably should try to get it stock. If you're getting like Shelby stuff, though, that's going to be incredibly unrealistic, so just get repop stuff there. Most of like your metal panels and stuff like that, it's okay to get repop as long as you use Dynacorn. AMD's pretty good too. I've used a couple of AMD panels before. They're not bad. That's my 2 cents. All right, this one is still listed. Guys, this has been listed, 14 weeks. And this one is interesting. So he's selling the whole fucking thing for 32 grand. It's a 69 Fastback with a Mustang 2 and a Coyote swap, basically ready to go. But again, this is a Lego car for 32 grand. Now, if you're to get a, let's see, 2015, remind me, guys, I can't remember when the Gen 3 Coyote came out. I think it was 2018. So I think this is a Gen 2 Coyote. Like, buying all of this shit separate is probably going to add up to the same amount. So, I mean, this guy already has everything, including a dash. He had a donor. I bet he had a donor. Curry 9-inch rear end. So, this one has a lot of goodies, and it's a real fastback. So, 32 grand. You'd have to have it all put together. But, fuck. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, $80,000 to $90,000 car when it's done. I mean, that's a fairly solid deal. And what are we looking at here, kids? This is in Arizona. This has all been repaired. Like, all the metalwork looks pretty much done on it. Yeah. I know it looks like a lot, but I think it's a pretty solid fucking deal, to be honest with you. Joe, thanks very much, man. I appreciate it. '18 was the first year with quad tips, so I think it's Gen 3. Yeah, I think 2018 was when they started the... Yeah, I think you're right. Let's see. Okay. What is this? 3 grand? 65. That's a good deal. Let's take a look at this one real quick. Okay, just kidding. Stop you. Why are you using fucking Polaroids to sell a car? Nope. Homie, don't play that. Not even dealing with it. No, 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 no. No. Let's see here. That's an S code. I'm trying to pick like one more for you guys. This one is fucked up, but pretty. I'm going to use this car as an example of what to look for on these because it rings true with fastbacks too. So just a real quick rundown on where it rusts normally, coupes and fastbacks. So if it's a coupe, it's okay if the quarter panel's rusted. We're always going to rust out around the wheel wells. We're going to rust out down here. We're going to rust out in the quarter panel, and we're going to rust out right at the bottom of the quarter panel where it attaches to the drop down. My eye is fucking twitching. Stop it. Twitchy eye. This is all okay if you're going to turn it into a fastback. All of this rust is totally fine if you're turning this car into a fastback. If it is a fastback and it has rust right here, prepare for a lot of labor. Other places, we're going to look at the frame rail. So battery tray always rusts. Actually, these engine panels look pretty decent. Right here is always going to be rusted out. Super easy fix, though. Frame rails, right where your bumper bracket mounts right here, these are always going to be rusted out. Actually, this frame rail doesn't look bad. Floors, don't be scared of floors, guys. You can get it in a full floor for like $400. We charge, I mean, you end up being about $2,500 in it with labor to replace the full floor. And depending on if you need the Florida firewall patches, that's not a make or break thing. Don't be scared if you see holes in the floor. If it's got that Yabba Dabba Doo mod, that's not really a big deal. Coupe or Fastback. Definitely easier to do it if I'm already cutting the fucking car in half, though. So you know. All right. We're going to wrap the show up with our picks of the week. Before we do that, like, subscribe, comment, share the show, check us out on Patreon, or consider joining our community. If you need Mustang parts, we use CJ Pony Parts. They always have well, most of the time they have inventory for now. They have great deals. They do great sales. Even when I'm still a Dynacorn dealer. When I was reselling Dynacorn parts, a lot of times the CJ Pony Parts on when they had deals going, they would beat my pricing anyway. So go to CJ Pony Parts. Use the link in the description below or the chat. Helps out the show a little bit. Go to LostSocketGarage.com. Get yourself a Never Tamed hoodie or hat. Onward to our picks of the week. Now, the first one is the shop pick of the week. This is when I find something dope that I want to buy, and I encourage you to follow along and buy it too. But buy it to begin with. I'm not going to buy it. But this 1963 Oldsmobile Cutlass F85 could be yours for $15,000 if you want to drive to Lehigh to get it. Look at you. Ah, that's such a sick cut. I love cutlasses. Cutlasses. I love cutlasses. Look at this interior. Like, you could brake check someone and they wouldn't get hurt as bad because this has a little pillowy, soft landing for them. Runs and drives. Lots of new parts. Come and pick it up. I hate those fucking floor mats. Why would you put those floor mats in a car? 15 grand. I love it all day. Next pick of the week is Derry's pick of the week. Derry has an interesting view on what his favorite cars are. So I let him pick one and throw it up on my screen, and then I react live to it. Here we are. Derry's pick of the week. Derry's pick of the week. Meow. It's reliable. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. It's a Comanche? Oh, Gladiator. Durr! J4000 Camper Special. This is awesome. AMC 360. This is sick. Why did Jeep make like some of the best looking fucking trucks? Swear to God. I love it. It's got rust, but I don't give a shit. This truck screams, I'm not a Jeep, but I'm a Jeep. I'm a dope Jeep. I'm a grandpa Jeep. I make other Jeeps look like stupid Jeeps compared to my Jeep because I'm a cool Jeep. Nice pick, Derry. I like it. Until next time, guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Check us out on the other social media stuff. Follow along, etc. We have a new video hopefully coming out next week. Until then, have a wonderful weekend. Don't be a dick. Do what you love and never be tamed. Peace. We used to take car brands and make like acronyms out of them, right? It's like Ford, found on road dead. Jeep was Jesus. My buddy Pat thought that up because you could hit a rock with it and stuff. Can't really tell you what Pontiac was though.